Hello, and welcome back to part number 2. Now, in this part, we're going to make an enemy. We're going to do some programming, and we're going to make him be sort of like Super Mario, right? We're going to jump on the enemy, and we're going to kill the enemy and do the bouncy thing. So all I did was make a straight line with our blocks. So we had the platforms, right? And all I did was like drag and drop and make it into a line, right? So this way it's nicer. We can fight our enemy on an even playing field. Right. So to begin with, to do some programming, we're going to go here on the untitled scene event. And this is where the programming takes place, or the code, right? It's low code or whatever it is you want to call it. And the way GDevelop works is with a condition and an action. Like the condition sets the things that need to be met, and then the action is what happens after those conditions are met. Think about going to the shops, right? What's the condition for you to come out of the shop without being arrested? Right? It's the condition, pay for the item, right? And the action is you get the item, right? It's something like that, kind of. Anyways, let's just do it. Let's learn by doing. So, first things first, you either click on the big blue button that says add an event, or you can just go here and just click add an event. Then this little block, this is our event. And within this little thing, we're going to add a condition. And our very first condition is going to be we want our character to flip around. So when we press left, we want him to be facing the left. When we press right, we want him to face the right. That's why we made the little eyes pointing on the right direction. So to do that, we're going to press player or click player. And then next, we're going to search for key pressed. Control pressed or simulated. Does this work? Yes. Control pressed or simulated. And it's going to be the left key. It's already selected, but you can just come here, press left, and click OK. So now we have the condition. If player has the left key pressed or simulated, then we're going to go to the actions. There it is. Add an action. And we're going to flip. So flip. There you go. Flip. Flip the object horizontally. And which object is it? It's the player. If this doesn't show up, just type it in, right? Player. Click player. And flippable and activate flipping. Yes. Okay. So now, let's click preview. Now when I press left, see, the eyes move to the left. So he flipped around. But now when we press right, it doesn't go back to the right. So we need to do the same thing for the right side. So copy paste and right. When the right side, now when the right key is pressed, flipping equals no. And preview. So now when I press left, faces the left. When I press right, he faces the right. Look at that. Okay, cool stuff. Now let's make an enemy and let's bounce on an enemy. So let's do the exact same thing we did for the player. Create object, create sprite. We're going to call this sprite enemy. Enemy. And we're going to create with Piskel. And paint bucket. Oh yeah, forgot. Click on the size. Change to 16 by 16. Press enter. Click on the color. We're going to make it somewhat reddish. Like dark reddish, so it's not like too bright. And now I'm going to select white. I'm going to grab our pencil. You don't need to do this part, by the way. This is just to have a bit of fun, right? We can doodle. Let's do just some eyes like that. Like he's angry. He's angry at the world. There you go. Just like that. He's an enemy. I mean, it's not centered. Do I want to lose time? It's 1, 2, 3 off. So it should be here. Okay. There we go. So now he's centered, right? Yes, I think. You can even make like a little mouth. He's so angry. He's an angry block. He's like, YouTube doesn't like ad block anymore. Anyways, we press the resize and we make it 96 by 96. Press enter. We made our enemy a big boy. Click save. And enemy. Oh yeah, we already called it enemy. And press apply. Now we have our enemy. We click, we drag, we drop. Right there. And now we have an enemy. By the way, to move the camera around like this, it's the middle mouse button or the mouse wheel. You hold it down and then you can do that. Right, so now if we preview, we don't really do anything to the enemy, right? So how do we go from no Mario to Super Mario? Let's go to our events. We're going to create a new event, add new event, which creates another one of these blocks. Also, make sure there's a big difference between creating new events and making little blocks like this of code and doing everything in one block. Because the difference between the two separate in this is that the condition for this is that the left and the right key need to be pressed at the same time for this to happen. While if you separate it in two events, this means if this key is pressed, it does that. If this key is pressed, it does that. That is the difference. Make sure that you're doing this in separate events. Right, so we got this separate event. And we're going to add a condition. If player, we clicked on the player. But you don't have to. You can start like the opposite way around, right? So I was going to do if player and then all the conditions that affect the player start showing up like that. And it's neatly so you can like go looking for it. Or you can do it backwards. You can go like the one I'm looking for is falling. Is falling. So it shows up there. I can click it and then say it's a player. Or I can go around and go player. Then click on the object player. And then I go here and I look for is falling. Or I type it in. Is falling. Where is it? Is moving. Is jumping. Is falling. There you go. Why is this not the first? Okay, whatever game. Okay, anyways, is falling. Player, all that stuff is already, and press OK. So now we have the condition, player is falling. Now we need to add another condition to the same event, and this time is collision. We're going to type in, not collision, collision. There you go. Collision, object, player, and the second object is the enemy. So if the player is colliding with the enemy, press OK. And now under add action, we're gonna allow him to jump again. So let's do player. All right, player can jump again. Can jump. Allowed jumping again. There we go. That's the one. Allowed jumping again. And we press OK. So now when we're falling down, we jumped, we're going up. So now you're coming down. So we're falling. And we're in collision with the enemy. Now we're allowed to jump again for a moment. And then we want to simulate jumping. Let's do player again. Right. Player. And we're going to simulate pressing the key. Simulate control. So we're not actually going to press the key. We're going to tell the game to press the key for us. And the key is going to be jump. Okay. And then for the enemy to disappear, we're going to add another condition called delete object. Delete the object. And the object is going to be the enemy. And just like that. Allow jumping. So we're coming down. We collide with the enemy. We're allowed to jump again. We tell the game, hey, simulate the jump button. So the character jumps again. And then we delete the enemy. And there we go. If we try it. Now we get close to the enemy. We jump. And bang. Super Mario. And you can do this for multiple enemies. So let me just copy paste. Copy, paste. Just like that. Press play. I don't think it's going to delete all of them. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, almost. Dang. See, this stuff is so fun. Let's do it again. Let's try to get all of them. Bang, 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 bang. There you go. So you got the beginnings of a game, of a platformer, like Super Mario style. Okay, I hope you like that one. If you do, subscribe, leave a like, comment, all that jazz, you know. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Till then, peace out.